Hello, I'm Simi Dre, and welcome to Life on the Movement Pod with me, Simi Dre. Now, one of the biggest issues women around the world face is the issue of sexual violence. In fact, about 1 in 3 women would have experienced sexual violence in their entire lifetime. And according to the United Nations, there were about 11,200 reported rape cases in Nigeria alone in 2020. We're talking about reported rape cases, not even unreported cases. Despite the fact that women still suffer from this, despite the fact that this is still such a global epidemic, many victims, many survivors still face shame and victim blaming. Regardless, we do have such a survivor with us today who not only found the strength to share her story, but went on to found the House of Fatima, which is a foundation for sexually assaulted girls. Please help me welcome Fatima Ada Isiaku. How are you doing?
Hi, Simi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming here.
It's a honor.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you.
it's incredible because I've read a bit about your life. I've read a bit about your story as well. And the fact that you're here today, you're here strong, you're impacting other people despite what you have gone through is truly something that's so honorable.
Thank you so much.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so honored.
But tell us about, your life growing up in your family.
Okay. My name is Fatima Ada Isiaku. I'm the author of the book I Called Him Dad, which is based on my true life story. I'm founder of House of Fatima for Abuse Girls Foundation. And I grew up with a man that I thought was my biological father, who defied me from the age of 5 till I was 14. He made my mom hate me. He made my mom treated me so badly. And my mom didn't understand how I became a violent girl. I used to be a very calm girl, but later I changed. I became violent. I started running away from the house before the age of 11. And she didn't know what I was going through. But not knowing I was being defiled by her husband. And one of the things that he did was to threaten me that if I tell my mom, he's going to kill me, he's going to kill my mom. He has this figurine that represents me and my mom. So I'm not allowed to speak out. When I started running away from the house, my mom will catch me, she'll beat me. And most of the time when they want to defile me and I fight back, he'll beat me. When my mom come back, my mom will ask him, why did you beat Fatih this way? He will tell my mom that he saw me kissing a boy. My mom will beat me. I have a scar on my head. My mom has broken my head with rod. You see this scar I have in my hands. It was done to me by my mom. My mom will cut my vagina. She will put pepper because she believed what her husband told her about me. So I was going through this rape without nobody to talk to, nobody to rescue me. And it was going on till I was 14. I wasn't even 14 when my mom found out I wasn't a virgin. And that was when she knew that something was wrong. And I told her that her husband was the one defiling me. And it wasn't funny. That was when she knew that was when I knew that he wasn't my biological father. Because when he came back from work, what happened? Okay, let me just tell you what happened. I used to do a run of supply for my mother. Like Milo bread. We live in the army barracks, Maryland. And that day I went to do a run of supply. I came back a little bit late because I was an officer that bought things from me. So I didn't have change for him. So I have to go back later. When I went back, they say he has gone to the field. So later I can get my money. I went back home. So my mom used to go to Mushi Market to get things that she sell. Before I came back, she always locked the door, but left the kitchen. The kitchen is always outside the house. Then she didn't padlock it. So I just secure my sales for that day, wore my uniform. She didn't even leave food for me. Took Gary, went to school. When I came back, my younger ones greeted her. She answered them. I greeted her. She didn't respond. She told them they have a take-home assignment. They say, no, me, I should just stand there. So she locked the door. The room and a parlor. So she locked the bedroom door. Told them not to come. I just closed it. And why did you come back late from your sales? I tried to explain. So there's a table. Then she has a cane. And she has a little shot of glass filled with liquid inside. And I was trying to explain to my mom. She didn't listen. She just, okay, pull your clothes. Lie down. I lied. I say, So it clicked to me when she wanted to pour that water inside of me. It clicked to me what her husband did to me when the first time he told me to remove my clothes. I said, "What do you want to pour inside of me?" And she said, "It's water." And one thing I know about my mom, she will not lie to me. So she poured the water, and the water went into my vagina. She now shouted, "Oh, so you're not a virgin?" And that I don't like remembering that part. And I like, "What is a virgin?" Even at the age of 14, I didn't even know what a virgin was. She now said, "As if I tell you, you will die, and I will die." So before she raised her, that was the first time I looked my mom into the eyes. She raised her, she wanted to hit. That's when I heard her. I said, "Don't hit me. I think if I tell you, you will die." And all that. I said she won't die. She tell her. That's when I told her that it was my dad. She's like, "Hey." And I explained everything. So my mom was crying. So why didn't you tell me? And I told her, I said, "You remember the day you cut my hand? You told me to bleed to death." I said, "Yes." I said, "I know what I told you." She said, "Well," I said, "I told you that the day you find out that everything dad was telling you about me were all lie, you cry your heart out." He said, "Yes." I said, "Daddy, he raped me." I said, you just hate me, you just maltreating me. I've tried to commit suicide so many times. So many times, not once, not 5 times. I fall into depression. I became an alcoholic. So when he came back from school, I thought he was my dad. I said, "Answer his name." My mom said, "Go and eat, take your bath and stuff like that." I was sitting outside at the staircase. I'm surprised I didn't die. My mom was still alive. So when he was coming back, he just saw me, say, "Hey, Fatima, how are you?" I didn't respond to him. I just eased. When he got into the house, my mom grabbed him. I said, "So because Fati is not your daughter, that was why you were raping her." So how God will have it now? He didn't deny it. He just said, "I'm sorry, it's devil work." So I was still in the house. Then he hated me. Every little thing he would beat me. So my mom had to move me out from the house to her brother's house. My mother cousin also tried to rape me. 2 years after my mom died. Then you have to come back to the house to take care of my younger ones. Then that was when the rape started all over again because there was nobody to protect me. That's how this man was defiling me. He would not just defile me, he would spite on me, he would beat. Sometimes he go to get drunk, vomit all over me, tell me that I stink, I smell. He was raping me. I don't have any option to become a club girl. I started running away from the house. Just go to club. That I became a drunkard. That was the journey of my life. That was when I met Mikel Avantaro. That helped me. Um, and he said he has to marry me. If not, he's going to kill me. And my younger ones, where he killed my mom. I like, no. So I had no any other option than to go and report him. But I couldn't tell the officer that he was defiling me because I was scared. I just said he wasn't giving us food the money. So they invited him. But the officer knew that something was going on. So they took him out from the barracks, took him somewhere else. That was how I was able to regain my freedom. But I'm not the kind of girl that I'm not, I share my story, I share my pain. I had to engage. Nobody wants to be with rape victim in Nigeria. They see you as a cause or a defiled child. And so I've been telling my story to people that are close to me, even when I'm in relationship, and so engagement call off because they see me as a winch, a girl that can seduce her mother husband at the age of 5. The other one was like, "Don't share your story to the world." And that's where I said, no.
Wait, they were blaming you
They were blaming
for
me.
seducing him at
Yes.
the age of 5.
Yes. They're blaming me. See, now people still blame me. And I like, you know what? I'm done. No marriage, no kids, no nothing. So 2016, I went to the US. And I went for my friend Dorichina Sariole movie premiere. They call it The Benevolence. They call the movie The Benevolence. And it was happening in Orlando, Florida. So during the showcasing of a movie, there's also an actress, a popular actress, Doris Simon, also showed her movie on that day. And her movie has to do with malaria and rape, where her father raped her in the movie, and later the child died of malaria. So it was time for question and answer, and people were only talking about our parents in diaspora were talking about malaria. Oh, what is malaria? Malaria is killing our children in Africa, our parents in Africa. What are you going to do? Nobody was talking about rape. Even the parents in diaspora, even African parents in diaspora, are not even talking about rape. And I was so angry. I became so pale immediately. And that was when I raised my hand. And the owner of the where we had the event, they call it 3 Mass Gallery. And Uncle Tim said, give Fatima the mic. And I said to them, they gave me the mic, and I said, I'm sorry, but this movie is not just about malaria. There's something that is worse than malaria. Malaria, now you can go and buy drugs and take and you'll be fine. But there's something that is more dangerous than cancer. And nobody's talking about it. I'm even sure that our parents in diaspora are hiding away from the truth. And that is rape. I said, look at me. I was a victim. And I shared my story, and I was an American professor. Say, you're going, after the event, he just called me and said, you're going to write your story. I said, hell no. I'm not going to do that. He said, why? I said, do you know what it cost me? So just few people to know about my story. Some of my friend mother that knew about my story told my friends to keep up from that I'm a winch. I said, you want me to come write my story for the whole world? Then he said to me, is how is rape in Africa? I said, bad. He said, are you happy? I said, no. He said, do you want to help somebody? I said, yes. He said, you can do that by sharing your story. He said, I'm going to give you all the support. And I told him, Prof. Rafi Jassa, I told him, I said, I can't. Writing my book is like you paint a movie of all the abuse I went through, all the rape and everything, and you want me to share that? He said he's going to do it. So we started. It wasn't easy. And we done everything, we're recording it. And I came back to Nigeria. We finished recording, I came back to Nigeria. And my writer then, Howard Wright, passed because he had cancer. And I said, good, I don't want to do it. But before he passed, he told me, he said, Fatima, if peradventure I died during this cancer battle, you have to promise me one thing. You have to get this book out. So, and when I said, oh, thank God, I'm done, and something clicked, I say, remember your promise to Howard Wright. And Rafi Jassy called me, I said, remember your promise to Howard Wright. I said, whoa. I said, okay. And I called one of my uncle Lawrence. I said, you know what? I need to write this book. How will I go through? How will I do it? Now I can't because everything, even that was flawed, all the material got spoiled in his house. So I don't have my material anymore. So I'll push it through. And I didn't want to publish this book in Nigeria because they will not know the value of what I want. So that's when I started. So I just locked myself in my house more than 3 months. I didn't see anybody. I made sure I have everything I need. I didn't talk to anybody. I started writing my book. When I write, I got a guy, they call him Alexis. He edited it. Then I got a publishing house in America. That's how I ended up publishing the book. And that was when the second trauma started because I started speaking out on so many platforms and I got so stigmatized. I got so bullied. And people said I'm lying, I'm looking for fame. You said this is your mother's husband. And I was tired. If not for the courage of people that are close to me, I would have stopped. And because of the way I've been treated, that is the way other victims also have been treated. That is why you hardly see victims coming out to speak. Because society blame victims. Who blame victims more? Women.
Women.
Yes. Women are the one that stigmatize a victim more. Men are more compassionate when it comes to the issue of this rape. We can't say, yes, women too abuse children. Women also defy children, not just men. But the greatest supporter you will have are men. Let me ask you, Simi. When we talk of physical abuse done on children, who do them more? Women. When we talk about trafficking of women to other country, women. we can't pull our attention from making the world feel men are bad. No. The same women that abuse children, that stigmatize children, that don't badly physical abuse on children. These same women are the same women that carry a placard all over the place. Hey, say no to rape, oh, say no to rape, oh, gender-based violence against children and women. These same women. These same women are the one that will call victim and say, okay, do this. If you don't do this, we will not do this. Women. 80% of my supporters, people that have helped me to fight this battle, are men. If I want to stop, I will have stopped the way women stigmatize me. They don't even want to be your friend. They want to talk to you in private, not in public. And they say, okay, the men are going out with you because they want something. No. They understand what it means because they have daughters, they have sisters. They understand what it means to be a father. We should stop labeling men as monsters. Yes, they have. Same way they have some men that are monsters, they also have women that are monsters. Children get defiled everywhere. In the hospital, in school, in church. No child is safe anywhere. So if we don't deal with rape in the right way, Simi is going to get worse.
It's going to get worse.
Yes. It's going to get worse.
I'm actually so shocked that you're saying that it was mostly women that were attacking you for telling your story. I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, after you did tell your story, after you did write your book, because you have siblings, you still have family members.
Yeah.
How was the response from your family? Did you get the support from them you needed, or was it something else?
Firstly, I have my mom have children from my stepfather. Firstly, it wasn't a good response. It wasn't a good response. They didn't want it. It was their father's name. Their father was involved. So but later they became like supportive and I'm trying to make them understand it's my life. You can't be protecting your own marriage and I can't share my pain. But I need to get healed. Because the more I speak about it, the more I get healed. Your dad has done so much damage to my life. Do you understand? I get support from my own biological sister and brother. You understand? When it comes to this issue, they encourage me, go ahead and do it. But later they became like, okay, and their husband gets to know about it, their wife gets to know about it. So they start supporting me. But formally it wasn't, everybody just kept protecting their own marriage. And what did my husband find out? Why would Fatih tell the story? It's my pain. You're not there, your father destroyed me. You don't want to support me, leave it, but I'm going to share my pain. But they have no other option than to support. Because at the end of the day, your marriage is intact. So you have to support. So, but my mother family didn't want me to write it. Even while my mother died, they never supported me. They never gave me a dime to eat. They never helped me. And you come, mostly my mother's husband, I'm going to call him out. His name is Uncle Tony. You coming out and telling me that, oh, you shouldn't write your story. You shouldn't talk about it. It's not a good thing. It's a shame. Where were you when my mother died? Where were you when I was suffering? Where were you? Everybody abandoned me. I had to struggle. I had to drop out from school. I dropped out from school. I became wayward. My God. Sorry.
It's okay.
I became wayward. I became a club girl. Where were they? So you coming telling me that I cannot write my story because you want to protect your Diribe name? Where were you? Nobody was there for me. I was saved. I had to go back to school through a pastor that had to send me back to school. That's how I became a graduate. I was mocked. See me. I don't pray for anybody to. It's fine.
And yet you're here today. So despite how everybody has tried to bring you down,
I don't pray for anybody to go through what I went through in life. I don't pray. See, today people stigmatize me. Today, some friends still want to talk to me in private, not in public. So I'm not going to give up. You understand? If I want to do it the way I've been treated by people, I will end this thing. But I won't. I know what I went through. I know how I suffered. I know how I was able to hawk things on my head when my mother died just for my junior one to eat and go to school.
So you did this for your siblings,
Yes.
and yet your siblings.
When things were bad, they all neglected me. They all abandoned me. It was when I first traveled to Europe. That's when they start coming back and like, oh, we have a sister that is making. They thought my life has come to an end. I'm sorry. They thought my life has come to an end. These are the same people I put my life at risk for. But, I just know God sees my heart and God sees what I'm doing. And I'm not lying. I told her, I said, you want me to do a lie detector test? I will do it. This is my pain. This is my trauma. This is my truth. Speaking out for me is a healing process also. Speaking out for me is also to give someone, a child, a place, a safe place to speak. Look, you can do it. My story might not be what someone else needs. It might be your own story, see me, that someone else needs to get inspired. So when I share my story, I'm not sharing it because of pity or this or that. I'm sharing it for you to understand this is what is going on in our society. That parents, you need to be vigilant, you need to be wise. Because rape is going to get worse. If something is not done, it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's going to get worse. And right now, it's no more women, children, female, child. The boy child is being sodomized. Now, if you think you're going to be protecting your female child, neglecting your boy child, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So you have to protect the both of them. Sex education needs to start from the house, not in school first. If you don't teach your children the right way in school, in the house, they will teach them the wrong way in school. Rape is deeper than you think, Simi.
It is.
And it's going to get worse if something is not done.
It is because of apart from the physical aspect, the emotional scars. And you mentioned it started when you were 5 years old. You were a child. You were a baby. I just want to know your mindset. And I know it's not been easy, and I know it's still not easy now, but like there are so many people who are going through this situation who feel stuck in their holes. You mentioned that you went into alcohol, etc., and yet you're here stronger than ever. How were you able to get through, the darkness to become this beacon of light you have become for so many around the world?
When the rape started, I was like, what is it trying to do to me? But that pain, I can see. I don't like talking about this, but it's like I'm still seeing it, and the smell of his alcohol. Ah, Jesus.
If it's not
No. See me. Victim need to understand that. Don't hold back, because holding back will only destroy you. I will say it, and it was a pain. The force it penetrated inside of me. From the age of 5, it was his finger for 2 years. It was expanding me. At the age of 7 was when the actual penetration started. And that was the most painful experience. And my mom came back and she just saw me outside and what is wrong with you, Fatia? She was calling on me to help her carry her load. And I was just there. She just came. Didn't you hear me calling on you? I said, I'm sick. And she felt my body and my temperature was hot. And she went in and shouting at him. He said, Fati is sick and you're here reading paper. All you do is to drink alcohol and stuff like that. She gave me painkiller, aspirin then. Felt sick, go and take your bath. And I went to the bathroom, I was still bleeding. And I had to wash. And I was scared. What he told me, tell your mother, I will kill you and I'll kill your mom. He always have this little knife with him that you just bend. You have, I'll kill your mom. And for like a week, I didn't go to school. And my mom traveled she go for business. I was a sex slave. Let me not use rape anymore. I was a sex slave. Sometimes every day my mom is not around. It defied me anyhow you want. And sometimes my mom will be sleeping in the bedroom. I have my little bed at the sitting room. And he sleep there because he sleep on the couch most time. He defied me. I don't know what he gives to my mom. But later I find out that I think my mom knew. But she was tired of pretending. Because she don't want the world to see her as wayward. Even her third marriage. And the last marriage, which is my stepfather, her father didn't approve of it. So she's trying to protect him. So I think when she was tired, that's when she pretended as if, I think. And after my mom find out, sorry, I have to jump from your question again. After my mom find out, I had to go to the village for spiritual cleansing. She was protecting him. Market Square, whereby they have to protect him. I have to do some ukwala, traditional, so that you sleep with my mom, mother and child. So that nothing will not happen. So they have to do all these spiritual things on me with my mother. So they gave him something, gave her something, and when she come back, they'll give him to eat. So I was still exposed to danger while she was protecting him. So, sorry, your questioning.
Just how you were able to gather the strength to, instead of being engulfed by the darkness, become such a beacon of life. Because I want to talk about specifically the impact you've made with the House of Fatima and how that came about.
Like I said, it was Professor Raphael Jackson, God bless him, that helped me. I didn't want to. His courage, his word of encouragement and strength. Then my friend Danny Duze, I hardly talked about him. When I was studying the process of the book, he was like, no, I'll be the first to give you money to publish his book. And he was the first person that gave me money to publish my book. And then Captain Osa, I said, late Captain Osa, may so rest in peace. And he also gave me money, but he knew my story. And they encouraged me that, you know what, go ahead, we're there for you. We're going to support you to do this. So that was how I was able to, with the support of those people, that was how I was able to do it. Not that I'm this courageous to do it, no. With their support and everything, I was able to do it. And then, speaking out, I discovered that speaking out actually got healing and more courage. And I decided, like, you know what, it wasn't end there. What else to do? I need to get a foundation that is registered, that I can protect and rescue. So that's how came the House of Fatima. So when I do rescue, and I'm registered organization where I do rescue, and I don't just rescue. Once I find out that you rape a child, we go to court direct. After police, fight to court, and I always win the case. So, and I also have a YouTube channel where I teach more on how to protect their children. So
beautiful. That's beautiful. How can
Thank
people
you.
find out more information about the foundation? And also, how can people find your book?
Okay, my book is on Amazon if you're in Nigeria. And if you're outside Nigeria, then if you're in Nigeria, you can get it on Glendora Books. You can get it on Jazz Ho in Ikoyi here. You can get it on Roving Heights. They can get it on Okrida Book. And then Havila Books. You can get it. You can get my book there. Then you can follow us on social media on House of Fatima. Anything House of Fatima _ or House of Fatima NG. Then check us on our website, houseoffatima.org. So, That's all about. That's all about Fatima. So if I don't remember anything, but if you Google Fatima Isiaku, you can just get more information about me on Google.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you mentioned how you have been criticized, you have been stigmatized for telling your story. People watching this, how can they support victims of sexual assault generally? How can people start changing their mindsets towards victims?
I should look at you at the camera.
Oh, anyone is fine.
Please stop the stigma. If someone come out and say, you know what, I'm a victim. If you don't have anything to say, just hug them. Don't stigmatize them. Don't, because you're causing more damage to them. If you stigmatize a victim, you're not different from the person that raped the victim. You're not different. So, if you don't have anything to say, hug them. Help them go to the police. You know, if you're scared to go to the police, please reach out to me. Reach out to me on our work line 080-571-20299. Reach out to me. I will help you. So please stop the stigma. Women, stop the stigma. It's not all about carrying placard. Be truth. Be the mother that God has destined you to be. And stop the stigma. Stop. You're causing more damage than good. Like I said, if you don't have anything to say to a victim, just hug them. Everybody need a hug. That comes from the heart.
Everybody does. Everybody does. You mentioned, these women especially should become the mothers that they should be. But I mean, how has your experience impacted even your relationships with, members of the opposite sex when it comes to marriage, when it comes to wanting to start a family?
See me, I'm not yet ready to get married or have children. I'm not healed on that part because I'm scared. What if I get divorced like my mom? My mom married 3 husbands, and we're like, oh, she's just like her mother. And sometimes will history repeat himself? Will what happened to me happen to my daughter? So I'm not mentally stable right now for that institution. I'm not. I have to finish my therapy. I have to be sure that I won't be like my mother. I won't end up like my mother. And my child will not fall victim like me. Then I'll think about that. For right now, marriage is not, I'm not mentally stable for that. I don't want to go into a home where I will cause an innocent person pain. I don't want to be a terrible mom to my child. I want to be there for my child. So, and I have to be mentally stable for that. Maybe when I'm okay, maybe for now, I'm not ready for that.
So you're going through therapy?
Yes.
Yes. How long have you been doing therapy for?
My therapy is not for, I'm healing myself on rape, trusting men, but my therapy is on trust. Then my self-esteem. I've been doing that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many people don't realize the lifelong impact sexual assault has on victims, how you carry this, for many, many, many years. And even though I don't like to put any responsibility on, assault victims, what can they do as well? Can you talk about like the importance of self-healing so that they can, it's not something you can necessarily recover from, but something that you can stop from hindering your life and your progress and the things that you want to achieve?
Okay. The first step of healing is forgiveness. You can never heal without forgiving. You have to forgive the perpetrator. You have to forgive that person that has caused you so much pain. You have to forgive. Because if you don't forgive, the pain and you talking of that person, the hate you're having in that person will destroy you. Forgive. That's the first stage of healing. Speak out. Don't hold back. There are many great people in this world that you can talk to, that will listen to you. So speak out. Don't hold on to anything. Don't hold on to. If you want to cry, cry. They say only weak people cry. No. They want to call you weak. They should call you weak. But if you have the pain in your heart, cry it out. Speak out. But you cannot heal without forgiving. I forgive my stepfather, father. I forgive my mom. So you have to forgive. What I do now is like, this is my destiny. If it hadn't happened to me, all the children I've rescued, even the one I rescued a few days ago, they have to make sure they take her back to Cotonou. If I didn't accept this, I wouldn't have rescued her. I did the law of rescue. So I feel it's my destiny. It needs to happen to me. That's how I see it now. I don't look at the negative part. I'm just working on my own self to trust again. Can I be a good mother? Will I not get divorced like my mother? That's what I'm working on. But if you're a victim, forgive. Speak out. When you're ready to speak out. But people think that victim, oh, why are you speaking out after so many years? Because that is when you have that courage to speak out. So when you have the courage to speak out, speak out. If you're scared, look for that victim. There's so many victims. Look for that victim. Talk to them. How did you do this? I want to speak out. Share your story. Excuse me. The more you share your story, the more you discover yourself, the more you get healing and stuff like that. Then you forgive. That doesn't mean that when you forgive, the pain will not be there anymore. That doesn't mean Oprah still cry when she talks sometimes. Just me, I still cry when she talks sometimes. That doesn't mean the pain will not be there, but it's going to reduce. You're going to have more confidence in yourself and don't put blame on yourself. It doesn't matter if society blames you or your fault. Don't put blame on yourself. See yourself as somebody very special.
Yes, I love that. And it's incredible how you've been able to help so many children, so many young girls. But what has been the reception to, your movement, House of Fatima? What has been the reception like with you trying to help these girls?
It's not easy because I don't get support. I don't get funding. I don't do. I do from my own personal pocket. I don't. When it's overwhelming, when it's too difficult for me, I talk to L.I.F.E or my friend Daniel. Then my godfather Tony, Mr. Anthony Onyanwa. Then I talk to Udze Foundation in the UK. So I also talk to them for support. Apart from that, is within like people that are father to me and close to me, big brothers. Those are the people. Then some female friends that I have. If not, so I don't get funding. I don't get support.
Because what I find absolutely crazy is, before we came on air, you spoke about how even your life has been at stake for you just trying to help people. Tell us about the things you've experienced.
I have been stabbed. I thank God to the former Attorney General of Lagos State. I think he stayed there. Mr. Muyo. He was the one that even helped to get the perpetrator, and they were prosecuted. And recently, there was a bullet shot in my house. And we have to go to Langbasa police station. And luckily for me, the police there are amazing. They've helped me. When they come to my work, Langbasa police station have helped me a lot. And they had to send their team to come take out the bullet.
Somebody shot a bullet
from my roof to my house because of the work I am doing.
You're trying to help children.
And it was after I rescued the girl that a boy has been defiled right from when she was 6 till she was 12. And the mother of the boy knew about it. So after that, he was trying to buy his way out, but the story got to me, and made sure he was arrested and he was taken to court, and he's been reminded in Ikoyi. I think the next case is coming up this month. And after that, they shot a bullet in my house, right from my roof, not far from my bed. So my work also endangers my life because I don't know who that person that defiled a child is, that I get to arrest. I don't know who his friends are. So, but at the end of the day, I've been protected by God. So, like I said, if doing this work will take my life, glory be to God. So, I've been stabbed. I've been stabbed. That's the danger of what I do. So those things I don't post on social media, but some of them I put in my documentary. And when the time is right, I will put it out there. But our authorities are new about it. Like the bullet, they came from Langbasa, took the bullet, and the hole is still in my house. So but that is the life that I choose. But people don't know how difficult what I'm doing is. Where I live, I can be that bold to go and do what I'm doing and rescue. I don't care. If you take my life, I don't care. I'll do what I want to do. They can shoot 1 million bullets. If God said I will die through the bullet, if God said nothing, nothing. So
Fatima, can I just say, when I first read your story, I already had the impression of what a powerful, strong, incredible woman you are. And now meeting you in person, those thoughts are tiny in comparison to the way I see you now. Because
Simi, don't make me cry.
no, because it's true. It's true. You are truly a beacon of light, a beacon of hope.
Thank you.
We're living in a very, very dark world. I'm still in awe of the strength you have. Like, I admire you so much. And the work you're doing, it's very much needed. It's still crazy to fathom that there are people trying to attack you for this good that you're doing. It's still crazy. And despite that, you're here, thriving, rising higher and higher and higher.
It's not easy, Simi. I don't even know where I get this strength from, Like I said, thank God for the good people in my life that pushed me to just, you know what. But sometimes I just get tired. Sometimes I just want to like, you know what, I'm done. But I don't like people calling me weak. Or I don't like people saying, oh, she ran away. I don't like that. So because I don't want that. I was like, let me just continue. I know how women have used me. Fatima, okay, we're going to do this for you. But we're giving you this condition. If you don't do this, we're going to cut off everything, even cut off the people we introduced to help your organization. I said, no, you can't give me a condition. This is my pain. I went through alone. They will cut me. So imagine a victim that don't have anything to fall back on. What will happen?
Which is why, especially here in Africa, we really need to change our mindsets when it comes to survivors and victims of sexual assault. We need to change our mindsets from one of blame, from one of victim shaming to one of support, so that we can eventually eradicate this disease, this sexual violence against women. We need to come together and actually do what we preach.
Exactly.
Because none of us wishes this on ourselves, on our children, on our sisters, on our brothers. None of us do. And it's time for us to actually be supportive, lend the support that these survivors need. Fatima, once again, thank you so much for being here today. Like I said, I'm still in awe.
Thank you for having me.
I'm still in awe.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me a platform, an opportunity to also share my story. And I pray that someone get inspired by this and someone becomes so courageous by my own story and say, you know what, I don't care what they throw at me. I will speak out. And I will be supportive. You don't have to be a victim to be supportive. You just have to be, you can be anybody. You understand? Just support victims. Prayers, hug, word of encouragement, and I will be fine. If we don't support, it's going to get worse. People will be scared to speak out. That's why a lot of people are silent because stigma. Where will I go to? If I'm stigmatized, where will I go to? If I speak out, you know how many people are being defied by their father in the house? They can't talk. Where would they go to? Which house will they stay? See me? I just pray God that one day we just woke up and we'll find out that we live in a world where there is no rape, no violence, no abuse, no stigma, no depression. And I meet a lot of girls that are drug addicts and they are victims of rape by their father. And I say, share your story with me. No, Fatima, I can't. Let me just live my wayward life. And they still do that. But I'm here. Like I said, I've attempted suicide so many times, but at least I'm here today.
Yes. Thank goodness
You
you're here
know.
today. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Simi.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Oh
Of
my God,
course.
thank you. One of the section I enjoy most.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You
And-
they made me shed a little bit of.
And me as well.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Tears is also part of healing.
It's
That's
part
one
of
thing people need to
healing.
understand. It's better you just, no matter how small it is, just bring it out.
Yes.
You feel strong after that.
And thank you so much to our lovely viewers for joining us on this episode of Life on the Movement Pod with me, Simi Dre. Please don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles to keep up to date with all our episodes and all our guests as well. We'll catch you same time next week. Till then, bye.